Hey everybody, this is the Shenandoah County Sheriff Tim Carter, and we are going to talk to some special guests today about, October the 15th to the 21st is National Teen Driver Safety Week. So with me today to my immediate right is Captain Glenn Ogle. He's the Patrol Division Head of the Shenandoah County Sheriff's Office, and to his right is Deputy Stephen Jarboe. So, Deputy Jarboe, thanks for being on. I think this is the first time we've had you on a podcast.
Yes, sir, it is. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So anyway, we're going to just get right into it with regard to teen driving. So in general, I know the Commonwealth of Virginia and most states have some kind of a graduated system with regard to how kids get their driver's license. Can you just kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yes, sir. It's a graduated driver licensing system. All 50 states, including in Washington, D.C., have it. It's a 3-stage process. So the children will get their learner's permit, which enables them to learn how to drive. And then they get what's called a provisional license, which is a license with restrictions on it up until the age of 18. And then at 18, they get their full license. This method has shown through NHTSA stats to reduce crashes by up to 50%.
Right. Now, NHTSA is
the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Right. And as far as like learner's permit, when's the earliest a kid can start that process? Did you say that? Or
15 years and 6 months, sir.
15 and 6 months. Okay.
They have to have their learner's permit for 9 months before they can apply for their license.
Okay. As I understand it, I know there are restrictions on learner's permits and, who has to be in the car and that kind of thing. But now provisional license, there are certain things that young drivers, restrictions they have as well, right?
Yes, sir.
What are some of those?
Some of them would be they can't operate a vehicle between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m.
Right.
Unless they're going to certain functions. They're limited to number of passengers that they can have in the vehicle.
Right.
And the types of passengers as far as family members or people under the age of 21 and 18.
Right. Okay. All right. And, what kind of stuff, what are we seeing, Glenn, as far as, are we seeing offenses with young drivers out here?
They do see it quite regularly, offenses with teen drivers. The specifics, not too sure on, but I do know they do see them.
I'm thinking mostly, what is it, like driver inattentiveness or speeding or something like that?
Both of those, yes, sir.
Yeah.
What I've found to be is when young drivers first get their license,
right,
they are very cautious and slow, but as they get more comfortable, they tend to speed more. So most of the speeding violations I see in teen drivings are usually 17 and 18-year-olds.
Right, okay. And as far as any other kind of offenses that we're seeing with teen drivers right now?
Yes, sir. We are seeing teen drivers with THC vape pens, actually smoking THC before and while driving. Right.
Yeah, we did some stuff on THC, I think, a couple of weeks ago with school resource officers. So that's in their system.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And impairs driving.
And it does impair driving.
Right.
And teens are just as susceptible to a charge of DUI like an adult is.
Mm-hmm. How about like texting while driving? I'm sure there are adults doing that, but as far as like young drivers, are we seeing any of that with young drivers as well?
Yes, sir, very much so. Anybody that has children knows that they don't do anything without their phone in their hand, and unfortunately that includes driving.
Right.
So, again, I'm going to break out some NHTSA stats for you.
Right.
Dialing a phone while driving increases the risk of crashing 6 times. Texting while driving increases the risk 23 times. That's a huge risk jump.
Right. How about safety equipment? As far as like seatbelt use and things like that.
We do see it. 51% of the teens killed in 2022 in traffic crashes were not buckled.
Okay.
So I do see it. I will write a summons for that, absolutely. I have a choice to enforce and educate, and I do try to educate the teens on the importance of seatbelt use.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think people don't want to wear it? It's kind of an infringement or something?
I've been told throughout my law enforcement career that it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Why are you putting laws on my body? And my reply is always, it's not just you're protecting. Wearing your seatbelt keeps you at the controls of the vehicle. So in a result of a violent crash, you are at those controls and may be able to avoid a tree, a telephone pole, another motor vehicle.
Well, the other thing it does also, I mean, quite frankly, think about the parents and the families that are affected by someone who's in a crash. You know, I mean, if they had the seatbelt on, they might still be here.
Yes, sir.
If they don't have it on, they may not be here.
Yes, sir.
Or their injuries are that much worse, or what have you, and how does that affect the family? So, in other words, I guess what I'm trying to say is this this attitude about, hey, this is just me. No, it's more than just you. No, it's not all about you. It's about other people too. And I don't know that people really can grasp that until tragedy hits, and then all of a sudden then they realize it's not about them.
Very much so, sir.
Yeah. As far as let's see, as far as things that parents can do with regard to, you're talking about texting and the kids with their phone use. I mean, can parents do anything about that? Is there something proactive they can do?
Absolutely. My first thing I want to state is be a good role model.
Right.
If your kids see you texting and driving, they think it's okay. If your kids see you not wearing a seatbelt, then they're going to think it's okay.
Right.
The other thing parents can do is there's several free apps out there that will allow you to monitor your child's phone to prevent them from texting and driving. Right. There's an app called Lifesaver, which will disable the phone while the phone is in motion. There's an app, AT&T has an app. It's Drive Break, I believe it is. I'd have to look it up again. It's another free app that does the same thing. There's an app called Canary, which actually links the parent's phone to the teen's phone. So if the teen gets a text, the parent is aware of it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's something, everybody's got a phone nowadays. Yeah. Even before they get the driver's license, quite frankly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other statistics that you have there, Stephen, as far as that maybe people might be interested in?
Yeah, speeding. So in 2021, it was a factor in 32% of passenger vehicle teen drivers with fatalities. And when I say teens, I'm talking 15 to 18 years old.
Right.
So 32%. Speed plays a huge factor in fatal crashes. So I urge teens just to slow down.
Right.
Slow down, take your time.
Right.
And in 2021, the teens that were killed in traffic crashes, 19% had alcohol in their system.
Is this Commonwealth, Virginia, or nationwide?
Nationwide. That's a NHTSA statistic, sir.
Okay. All right.
19% had alcohol in there. So teen drinking and driving is a problem. Right. And it is a problem I've personally seen here in Shenandoah County.
Right. Okay. Anything about Virginia statistics or Shenandoah County?
Yes, sir, I do. So in 2022, there were 770 total crashes in Shenandoah County, Virginia. There were 9 fatal crashes. There were 260 crashes with injuries in Shenandoah County. Right. Shenandoah County has 29,482 licensed drivers.
Right.
So that's still a lot of crashes and injuries in this county.
Right. Yeah, and you kind of attribute that mainly, I guess, to the traffic. Well, not mainly, but to a degree, the traffic going through the county.
Yes, sir. I mean, 81 has a high volume of traffic.
Right, right. Yeah, okay. Well, guys, anything more with regard to the Safe Teen Driving, the National Teen Driver Safety Week that you all want to talk about or bring up?
I would just urge people to talk to their kids. I think that safe driving can really start at home. With the family. Right. Talk to your kids. Be a good role model. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I'll take your phone away if you're texting and driving. Taking their phone away may save their life. Right,
right. Glenn, I think we do like a safe teen driving program, I think, in the 3 campuses. I think that's done as part of driver's ed.
It is something that happens after school, but it's part of the driver's ed curriculum, yeah. Right. After that, yeah.
Right. Well, we do. I agree with you, Stephen. I think you do as much as you can do, and trying to educate parents and educate kids that it's a dangerous world out there, and they do need to take their time. And we say this before on other programs: be the parent.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, got to be the parent. Anything else, guys, that I missed?
I don't believe so, sir.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you all for coming in, and we'll get this out, and hope that those that are listening, you pay attention to what your kids are, who they're hanging out with and what they're doing, and tell them to slow down out there and pay attention, okay? And again, thank you all for listening and watching today. You can find this podcast and all of the podcasts on my YouTube channel. That's at Timothy Carter. And while you're there, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to get notifications of new shows. Again, thank you again. This is Sheriff Tim Carter. Have a great day.